And welcome to the debut episode of the CEO Point of View. I'm your boy Dave CEO Coles, and with this podcast right here, you will get an in-depth look at what I think about when it comes to sports and entertainment. And entertainment meaning all types of stuff when it comes to entertainment and entertaining the people. But let me start this off right quick. Everybody who knows me knows I am a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. So we're gonna start right there. We're currently in the off season for football season. This is off season right now, and my Dallas Cowboys did not have the best year last year, which everybody knows. All right. So as we go into the off season, right? There's some things we have to show up. Some things that's just undeniable. We have to do. One thing we have to do is sign George Pickens. Having a 1-2 punch when it comes to that offense is unstoppable. Jalen Williams as well. I would love to re-sign him as well. Defenses are probably our biggest, hole that we have on our team. Having Quentin Williams, giving Javate Clowney a couple dollars, to stay around. I'm cool with that. I need James Houston to pick up a little bit more. Linebackers though. Ooh. We struggle. Besides Overshaw, I can't even name you another linebacker on my team, bro. Um, yes, on the draft, man, we need to go pick linebackers up, safeties and corners as well. I mean, we got rid of Trayvon Diggs last year. I'm not gonna go into a deep dive about that. Everybody know how I feel about that. I was happy that situation was, resolved. But now we have to get a replacement. Everything cannot be on Deron Blaine, and he has to stay healthy as well. I need him to get back to, healthy. 2 years in a row now, he has been injury prone to our team. So I don't have, listen, I'm not one of them delusional Cowboys fans. I'm not. I understand that we haven't won a Super Bowl since I was 6 years old. I understand all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, but in reality, if we can solidify a couple pieces on defense, and please give me a right tackle. Still, you're overpaid and you don't know what the hell you're doing out there. So give me a right tackle. Fill up some holes on defense, linebackers, safety, corners a little bit. And I'm not saying we're going to win it, but we'll be better. We will look better, going up against the Philadelphia Eagles in our division, and of course the Seahawks who won it in our whole conference. I don't. My fear is we just re-signed George Pickens, and we literally become the Cincinnati Bengals of the NFC. I don't want to do that. I don't want to become the Cincinnati Bengals of the NFC. I have to. We have to do something on defense. I mean, there's a certain defensive end I would love to get. I love his swagger. I love the way he plays the game, and he's from Texas overall. And no, I'm not talking about Myles Garrett. I'm talking about Max Crosby. I would love for Max Crosby to be a part of the Dallas Cowboys. If we can pull that trade off somehow, I would love it. I think he will bring what we need, opposite of Clowney, Javavion Clowney, and him, and then Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark in the middle, then Ziggy Awuzie in the middle as well. So that would create, like, a rotation of defensive linemen that would get us going a lot better, and it will help the back end of the defense for sure. I mean, we all know the back end of the defense needs a lot of help. I'm not here to deny that at all. My defense is what held us back a lot. And Williams, let me talk about Williams, my running back. Now, I'm down to re-sign him. Like, I like him a lot. Um, but if we can't re-sign him, I want Brees Hall from the Jets. I would love to get Brees Hall from the Jets. I think him coming to Dallas, that would rejuvenate his career, and we would see, what you're supposed to see from him. Because I believe he's a hidden talent that everybody knows about, but everybody knows he plays for the Jets. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see us do that a little bit more, in depth to this. Of course, we gotta restructure a lot of contracts this whole season. Dak, CD, I think Tyron Smith, uh, and I think somebody else got to get restructured, just restructured to free up some more money, so we can go out and add pieces. I mean, we have 2 picks in the first round this year. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we traded one. I'm perfectly fine with as long as you traded to get a good piece. You know what I'm saying? As y'all get to hear me speak more of my point about my team, y'all can see, yes, if you listen to NON or you watch NON, of course, I'm standing up for my team, but I'm also a realistic fan. So over here on the CEO's point of view, you're gonna get an in-depth, understanding of how I dissect the team and how I figure out a team, stuff like this. But yeah, so my Cowboys, we have a lot of work to do. We got some things we have to take care of. We have to reassure. The defensive coordinators that we have just picked up. I'm not mad at them. A young core. Shout out to them for being brothers. The defensive coordinator is black. That's always a plus, in the coaching realm for us to have a black coach out there in profile position. I mean, if you put the Dallas Cowboys in a profile position, I don't care how you slice it. I don't care what our record is. You will be talked about whether you do good or bad on your job. So this could, catapult him into a better position later on if he takes this defense from as bad as it was yesterday, how bad as it was literally last season to improve us. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I like that a lot. I like it a lot. But that's just my Cowboys. We gonna be okay. Excuse me. We gonna be okay. I still have faith in my team. Dak Prescott, y'all need to put some respect on his name, please, because it was some other quarterback took in his draft that's not no longer with their team. Some of them might not be in the NFL. Put some respect on Dak name. He how can I say this? He's carrying a burden that he really didn't ask for. Meaning he's a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. He gets the 30-year pressure, and goddamn it, he had nothing to do with it 30 years ago. You know what I mean? They putting the pressure on him. Yes, for the last 10 years, Dak has been on you. Your postseason record has not been as great. But I challenge anybody. I mean, listen, Dak is in the top 10 of quarterbacks currently in the NFL, for sure. Fight me on it. We can fight all day about it. And we're talking about over a 10-year process. We're not just talking about the last 4 or 5 years and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Dak body of work in the regular season is just as good. Postseason is where he's been struggling, and I always said that. And that's been his Achilles heel when it comes to things. Dak has been injured a couple times, stuff like that. When we got on the roll, stuff has slowed us down. But I'm here to say this now. Dak Prescott stay healthy. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Javon Williams, Ferguson, my tight end, and that offensive line could just hold up. And then that defense is giving me a little. Just give me a little bit more. We can do something. And listen, I said we can do something. I didn't say win the Super Bowl. I didn't say none of that bullshit. We can do something. We can do a lot more. But what other team I want to talk? I want to talk about Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill getting released from Miami. Ooh, man. Tyreek Hill coming off ACL, PSL, ABC, every ligament inside the knee is going, they said. But I think Tyreek Hill coming back at 80% is still faster than more than half of the league. You know what I mean? I personally think he's going back to Kansas City. I know that sounds crazy, and people like, yo, CEO, what you mean going back to Kansas City? Patrick Mahomes is coming off the injury. I mean, he still be injured. Then, they still got the old man, Taylor Swift husband, playing tight end. And you got Chris Jones. Like, I just feel like he's going to go back to comfortability. I know he said a lot of things about, Patrick Mahomes, how Tua threw better than Patrick Mahomes. We knew what he was doing. He was just taking up for his quarterback in the moment. You can't be mad at that. You feel me? You can't be mad at Tyreek for doing that. But it was still delusional. It was diabolical. It didn't make sense. Still don't make sense still to this day. It don't make sense for him saying that. But yeah. So I believe Tyreek is going there. If Tyreek don't go back to Kansas City, it's Buffalo. Or don't be surprised if he goes to Baltimore and team up with Lamar. And either one of them is scary. Him down there in Baltimore, Zay Flowers, him. You got um Mark Andrews, which I really don't care for. I feel like they should have just resigned Likely, but Likely's a free agent, and he going to demand a couple dollars on the open market. Um, but if he can get down there to Baltimore with that running game, run the ball, which I believe their new head coach will do. Um, Tyreek Hill in Baltimore would be nice too. And then I got the two Florida boys. You know what I mean? Both of them Florida boys. Um, and Lamar is looking to probably get a new contract because his salary cap number I think is like 75 million. So they're gonna re-sign him to bring that down a lot. It's just so many things that can happen. You know, but I believe they are the teams right there: Kansas City, Baltimore, or Buffalo. And we all know Buffalo needs a number one wide receiver. Anytime you call Brandon Cooks up, you was looking for something. And shout out to Brandon Cooks. He made a couple plays, and he did what he could do, later, late in his career. But yeah. But let's get to these. Get to the world champions. Ooh, Seattle Supersonics. Ooh, Seahawks, not Supersonics. uh, Seattle Seahawks. Congratulations to y'all. Y'all won the Super Bowl. DeMarcus Lawrence. Congratulations. About the nicest thing I'm gonna say about you, the rest. Anybody listening to win, I don't care for DeMarcus Lawrence. He made his statements, said what he had to do, but you also set the culture in Dallas for the last 10 years as well. So some of that falls on you as you as being a team captain. But hey, you left. Y'all went and won the Super Bowl up there in Seattle. Um, Sam Darnold. I mean, I love USC. Everybody know I'm a USC fan as well, but I didn't see this. I didn't see this. I haven't seen this since USC. That's what I'm trying to say. Uh, for him to get aboard this team and literally put this team in the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, unexpected, unlikely. People didn't see it. JSN is a young wide receiver that's going to destroy this league. I promise you, he's going to destroy the NFL over these next couple years. And people is just going to have to sit back and understand how he runs the route tree, how he gets open. Is some of the good shit I've seen, like for real. JSN is a Cooper Cup route running. The way Cooper Cup runs routes, he does the same thing. That's why them two on the same team was actually a cheat code, and it showed on. It showed off later on in the season. As the season started to get on, Cooper Cup started to find his way. JSN was already in his groove, and then they just took off. And don't forget about Torrey Holton. I keep saying this from Colorado State, number 15 for them. Once he find his legs in this NFL as well, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with as well. I mean, people just don't want to, people don't understand my sports acumen when it comes to me watching and finding a player and studying the player. But Torrey Holton will be one of the ones too. But shout out to Seattle for winning the Super Bowl. That defense was all over them boys. Speaking of all over them boys, let's go on over to the New England Patriots side. New England, listen, I was one of the people that gave y'all hell because y'all had an easy schedule, but y'all turned it around. Y'all did what y'all supposed to do. Y'all won the game that y'all supposed to win. Y'all lost a couple games that y'all wasn't supposed to lose, but at the end of the day, y'all got to the Super Bowl. And my evaluation of Will Campbell before the draft, he is the best lineman to come out that draft. I just didn't believe he was a left guard, and I was rooting for the Patriots. So to be proven wrong in the biggest game, to be proven right in the biggest game, sorry, was like, God damn. But Will Campbell and whoever that left guard is, I can't think of his name currently. But Will Campbell's going to get all the pressure because he was the number one pick in the draft. I mean, he was there. He was the Patriots' first round pick in the draft, and they're gonna focus on that, and they should because he did not have a good game at all. He got caught with his feet in cinder blocks. It felt like he just couldn't get moving the way Will can. I believe this now. Patriots came out and said they not moving him from left guard. They keeping not moving him from left tackle. They keeping him at left guard. The Patriots came out and said they're not moving him to left guard. They're keeping him at left tackle. Okay, okay. I mean, if you can't find that better, you got to stick with what you know, which is fine. But as soon as something's available better, he's going to left guard. And he will be all pro left guard. He will be an all pro lineman. He will go down, as one of them good linemen, for real, for sure. Nothing really to sneeze at when it comes to Will Campbell ability and talent. Will Campbell is one of them good ass, young. He's only, this was his rookie season, so he was going to hit a rookie wall. He went against a veteran frontline defense that was, you know, playing. They was going to play their game. They wasn't going to change for nobody or nothing. And Seattle came out with the win, got pressure all over Drake May, and they got the W. Um, Now I heard a lot of people say this, and then the guys and I talked about it on NON as well. Was this the ugliest Super Bowl since the Denver Broncos Carolina Panthers Super Bowl? New England turned it on late, but something to think about, bro. Something to think about. Something to think about. For real. I can't really say yes or no to it. I can't. I can't. Not one bit. I don't know. Like I'm like, you know, caught off guard when people say that, and then you think about it. Like, it wasn't for that fourth quarter, I definitely would fully agree with it. But yeah, 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 boy. Listen, Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk will become a free agent in this NFL. Whoever signs him, you have a great prospect. I mean, he's more than a prospect. You have a person that has great ability. Brandon Ayuk scares me because do he want to play? Or maybe it was something in the 49ers that he don't want to be there no more. Did the 49ers rub him the wrong way? No, did he? When it comes to how he didn't get his contract or something, but you held out for the rest of the year, and you know you did a lot of different things, Brandon, that people just gonna hold against you in this NFL. So a team I can see picking up Brandon Ayuk, Washington. I can see the Washington Commanders picking up Brandon Ayuk, bro. Especially if he's flat out a free agent and he just got to negotiate a contract with the team. It's not no trade involved, none of that other bull stuff. Listen, Brandon Ayuk to Washington is deadly. Debo is a free agent. I don't see them re-signing Debo. I think they're gonna let him go on and test the water, which he might end up back in the 49ers, which is crazy to say that out loud. Uh, yeah, like when you think about that, like he can he Brandon. Who I'm just saying because think about this, right? Before he got the injury, Brandon Ayuk, scary, bro, like scary. I never looked at him as a true number one, but I looked at him as a good piece, like a good secondary piece and shit like that. Like if I didn't have George Pickens and I can get Brandon Ayuk and CD Lamb, I would love that as well. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's why I like him with Scary Terry in Washington. With Jaden Daniel coming off the injury, Scary Terry coming back off the injury, Brandon Ayuk coming off the injury. I mean, you got three people coming off injuries, but still, I believe that they could develop a lot in Washington if he goes to Washington. It's a big if. That's a big if. So moving on along right here. Hey, the Raiders got the number one pick. They're thinking about getting Mendoza. I think I'm saying his name from Indiana. I don't care for Mendoza. I'm being flat out honest with you. I think I think him being in Indiana was the perfect system and the perfect situation for him. That's why he thrived so much in in that environment, and then went to the national championship, won the Heisman. He ran the gauntlet. He ran the gauntlet completely. I don't see him being that type of pro. I mean, people are going to compare him to the likes of some great quarterbacks in the NFL, and it's going to be hard for him to live up with that. And it's not truly because of him and his ability; it's because of the team he's going to. Don't get it wrong. You got all world Brock Bowers. You got Justin Mayer. I think his name Justin Mayer. Michael Mayer. I'm sorry, Michael Mayer. Of course, you got the running back. What the hell is his name? You got the running back for the Raiders as well. You currently have Max Crosby until he comes to Dallas. But yeah, I just don't see him thriving in that. Y'all don't have a number one wide receiver. Y'all don't have a number two wide receiver. Y'all got a whole bunch of threes and fours when it comes to wide receivers. Offensive line is shaky. Defense is shaky outside of Max. Um, yeah, I just don't see where Mendoza you're going to get that same you know Mendoza that everybody's been praying that they're going to get. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a Raider fan, people who are Raider fans, when they see what he did to Miami in the national championship, he's not going to be able to come to the NFL and do that. No, like hell no. Like he's not going to be able to do it. Literally since 2001. This is every quarterback that was taken as a first overall pick since 2001. You may have Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer. Don't care what nobody say he is. Matt Stafford's a Hall of Famer. He is. Andrew Luck, Cam Newton are borderline. Jared Goff is borderline. And the rest of them on this list have a lot of proving to do. Yeah, outside of Joe Burrow, we know what Joe Burrow is, but he can't stay healthy. But he's been when he is healthy, he does a great job. Trevor Lawrence showed his ass this past season that people didn't see that coming. Of course, Bryce Young still is out on him. How what kind of player he's going to be? Caleb Williams, another USC bull. We seen what he do come back king this past season. Of course, Cam Ward down in Tennessee. He still got developing. He got a new head coach now, Michael Sala. So he still has some pieces down there. Baker Mayfield. Baker probably go down as one of a good quarterback. Kyler Murray. Probably see him playing for the Jets real soon. Um, Sam Bradford. That man just robbed the whole NFL with no ski mask, no gun, no nothing. Just stole money from everybody. Him and Jamarcus Russell. They just stole money the whole time they played football. They didn't care, in my opinion. Um, Alex Smith. Hey, had a good run in 49ers. Had a good run with Kansas City. He just got beat out by good players that was coming behind him. Colin Kaepernick, and then of course Patrick Mahomes. Um Carson Palmer. Now Palmer, when he was with Cincinnati, him and Chad, they put up some amazing stats. He went to the Raiders, didn't do that good at the Raiders, and then went with Arizona. Him and Larry Fitzgerald, and they rocked out, bro. So he's borderline. I gotta look at his numbers. I don't know his numbers off the top of my head, but just saying Carson Palmer name, I don't put him in the Hall of Fame. David Carr. What more do I have to say? It's David Carr. He had a Super Bowl ring though. He was Eli backup for the first Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. Um, yeah, it ain't too much more you can say about that. David Carr was a disaster. He went to a expansion franchise just starting out. Um, yeah, it wasn't gonna work for him. And then Michael Vick, the great Michael Vick. Of course, everybody know what he did in Atlanta. The Michael Vick experience was real. Had a dogfighting incident, and then went up to Philly and took over Donovan McNabb job, and they rocked out until Chip Kelly came and dropped the bomb on that whole organization and blew everything up. And then Mike Vick was a journeyman. I think he went to the Jets, then Pittsburgh, or Pittsburgh, then Jets, one of the two. Then he, now he's coaching. Shout out to him for coaching. But they are I haven't talked over Jameis Winston in there too. I don't know if I said James Winston. But yeah, that's every quarterback taken number one overall since 2001. Man, those is 95% sure he's going to be taken number one this season. So you got a couple names you got to live up to, a couple names that you surpass in the first couple years. But just pipe down the hopes a little bit. Just pipe them down just a tad bit. When it comes to Raider fans, we're back. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be this. We're gonna be that. I don't see y'all pulling off the New England Patriots, what they did this past year, like that. Speaking of, I do, everybody know I am a diehard Cowboys fan. I don't care for the Eagles too much, but when they have good players, they have good players. Entering the fourth year now, his contract is eligible for to be extended, and that's Jalen Carter. Now, to me, I've said this, Jalen Carter, when it comes to defensive tackles, is the second best behind Chris Jones. I understand you got Justin Simmons in Tennessee. You have Quentin Williams, of course, in Dallas. You got Dexter Lawrence up there in Jersey and shit like that. It's some dominating, D tackles out here. Don't get it wrong. I believe when Jalen Carter is focused, he's the second best behind Chris Jones. Excuse me. Chris Jones is the highest paid right now at 31 million, right? Damn near 32 million. In reality, he should definitely pass Chris Jones. He should. He should because you set the market. You keep resetting the market. But take that out of the equation. I don't think he should make more than Chris Jones. I think he should be at 30. Milton Williams is at 26. Carter should be at 29, 30. In my opinion. Philly gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna do something with him, and that probably would be the end of Jordan Davis being in Philly as well, because they don't think they're gonna resign both of them to big money, being next to each other, even though they feed off each other a lot, just like they did in Georgia. But Jalen Carter is he's a beast, bro. He's a beast. Like, I worry about him every time my Cowboys play him. You know what I'm saying? Dak keeps spitting at him, bro. Get him out the game as much as you can. It gives us a better chance to win, even though we lost that game, first game of the season, but it gives us a better chance if he's not playing. Shit. Just being honest. Philly overall. Let's talk about Philly a little bit, and we can move on. Philly, AJ Brown situation. I don't believe AJ Brown's going to be there. No, you hear too much. And me being in the Philadelphia market, I hear a lot. I listen to a lot. I don't believe a lot, but I hear a lot. But I believe AJ Brown is going. I believe AJ Brown will probably end up in. I don't think they're gonna do New England because I think that's where he wants to go the most. So Buffalo, for sure. They really want to be an ass. They send him to a team like the Saints or some shit like that. They can get back like a good piece or something. Like I don't believe they're gonna send him where he wants to go. Um, but I know if it was up to AJ Brown, he would probably want to go up there to New England or maybe Buffalo. You want to go with a quarterback, bro. You want to go with a quarterback and get you the ball, and you won't be frustrated. The reason why he was frustrated because Jalen Hurts, and I'm not saying this to be an equal hater or not, but people hear this, I don't give a shit. Jalen Hurts cannot throw the ball the way AJ Brown wants him to in certain situations. That's why AJ Brown gets frustrated. And to Jalen Hurts being smart, if he know he can't get it there, he don't force the ball there. So I'm not mad at Jalen Hurts for that. But people always want to make an assumption about this. Jalen Hurts know his arm strength. No, he's not the most accurate quarterback. So there's situations where Jalen is not going to feel comfortable forcing the ball. Where it might be an easy pass for some other quarterbacks, it might be a difficult pass for him. So he takes the check down. He'll take the underround, or he will run, which is in reality, that's smart game playing. That's the way you're supposed to play the game. You're supposed to be smart about it. But when you got a dog like AJ Brown that he pretends to be, sometimes he is, sometimes he's not. Depends on if you're reading the book or he's not. He gets frustrated with this. So he is frustrated outward because he can't get the ball. But in reality, Jalen Hurts might have made the right play and not forcing the ball to him. And as much as people say he want to go to New England going to do the same thing because Drake May plays the game super reserved. Now, if he go to motherfucking Buffalo, that gunslinger in Buffalo don't care. He trusts his arm. This is much he's going to trust AJ Brown to catch the ball. But we shall see what happens with the AJ Brown situation. I'm telling y'all this right now. If AJ Brown leaves the Philadelphia Eagles, I like Devontae Smith, but he's not a true number one. He's not. That's why they went and got AJ Brown when they got him too. Remember, Devontae Smith was drafted 1 year. The next year, AJ Brown came. There's a reason. He's not a true number one. He puts up production, great effort, make amazing plays, but he's not a true number one in the way I look at it. This is my point of view. You know what I mean? It's the title of the show. All right. Now, listen. Bleacher Report put up their top 99 greatest quarterbacks of all motherfucking time. Now, we're not going to go through this whole list because it's 99 players, right? But we're going to touch on some of these names. We're going to start at the number 99 position. Ryan Tannehill, number 99. Man, shout out to the Dallas Cowboys, Danny White, number 98. I'm not mad at that at all. Archie, not Arch, Archie is 86 on this list. So far, I'm not mad at none of this. Justin Herbert is on there at 96, which I don't understand why. Doug Williams is behind Ron Jaworski. Doug Williams is 84, or Ron Jaworski is 82. I'm just saying, bro. Somebody need to break this down to me. How the fuck is Dante Culpepper behind Derek Carr? That don't make sense to me. Derek Carr, Dante Culpepper. I'm taking Dante Culpepper all day. So why the fuck is he 78, 177? I understand only one spot away from each other, but I still feel some type of way about the shit. It don't make sense to me. Period. That don't make fucking sense. Alex Smith is a 70, 76. Jalen Hurts is 75. I ain't gonna go crazy about that. I'll let that be. I will let that be. Joe Burrow is 66. Dak Prescott, 59. Tony Romo, 57. No. Flip that around. Carson Palmer, 56. Andrew Luck, 55. Joe Flacco, 53. Michael Vick, 52. Joe still playing with a Super Bowl ring. MVP of the Super Bowl as well. Rich Gannon. I want to give a shout out to Steve McNair, number 45. Cam Newton, 43. Donovan McNabb, 42. Matt Ryan, 41. Mm, mm. I could make a case where Steve McNair should be 42. McNabb should be 45, and Cam should say where he at. McNair, league MVP. He went to the Super Bowl as well, just like Donovan McNabb. I believe McNair was a better thrower of the ball, a better overall quarterback, my opinion. Randall Cunningham, number 39. I ain't mad at Randall being right there. Randall was before his time. All right. Phillip Rivers or Joe Namath. I know he threw for more yards than Joe Namath. I get it. I get it a lot. I believe Joe Namath should be ahead of Phillip Rivers. This me, but there's only one slot, so I'm not like bitching too much. But this is what I'm about to bitch. Lamar Jackson at 28, Russell Wilson at 25. Fuck no, I don't give a shit. I don't give a hell what nobody say. This is diabolical. A two-time league MVP. Russell Wilson is known for what? Throwing an interception in the goddamn Super Bowl and being married to Sierra the singer. And fucking did all the money he got from Denver. I understand he put in a couple years up there in Seattle, but that team, as we had plenty of conversations about on Numbers Over Nonsense, that team was run by the defense and continued to be ran by the defense in the running game. Fuck no, that's diabolical work. Lamar Jackson should be ahead of Russell Wilson. Number 24, Eli Manning. To say about you, bad about Eli. Oh, Eli. Dan Fouts is ahead of Eli Manning. Eli ahead of No, I don't know. Let's told a lie. Yeah. But he should be ahead of Dan Fouts. Warren Moon, number 21. I ain't mad at that. Number 20, Matt Stafford made the top 20 of quarterbacks all time. Now, number 19, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Dave, you only saying this because this is your favorite quarterback. This is the one who won the Super Bowls in your lifetime. Troy Aikman should not be no number 19. Fuck no. He should be ahead of Kurt Warner. He should be ahead of Ben Roethlisberger. And he should be ahead of fucking Terry Bradshaw. And Bart Starr. And Frank Tarkenton. And Jim Otto. I said it. Fight me. Kiss my ass. Period. But that was all the names that was underneath him as well. And then, guess that Jim Otto was number 12. Number 11, Johnny Unitas. Shout out to Johnny Unitas. Uh, I ain't mad at that. Hold on. Oh, Ryder Staubach was 17. Yeah, Aikman 19, Ryder Starback 17. Ryder Starback should be higher than that in my opinion, as well. But yeah, and Dan Marino number 10. Steve McNair is, I mean Steve Young. I'm sorry, Steve Young is number 9. Ooh, Drew Brees number 8. Brett Favre number 7. Number 6, John Elway. Number 5, Aaron Rodgers. Now listen, I have no problem with the top 5. Well, no, I do have a problem with top 5. I have a problem with number 5. That's it. I believe I believe Drew Brees should be there, not Aaron Rodgers. Whatever, my personal opinion. Now, I have no problem with the top 4 names. I have a problem with the order. Number 4 is Patrick Mahomes. Number 3, Peyton Manning. Number 2, Joe Montana. And of course, number 1, Tom Brady. Now listen, I have a hard judging scale when it comes to this, and people know this. That's why he's my GOAT, and the other one will never be my GOAT. Tom Brady. The goal is to get there and win, not just to get there. The goal is to play to win the game, right? Tom Brady has the most Super Bowls. He has 7. I get it. I got it. I understand it. You feel me? It's the reason why he's the GOAT. That's 23. And the fake 23 would never be my. You've been there all them times and you didn't win. Now listen, Tom Brady's record is better than LeBron's in the finals. Can't argue that. Tom Brady, you know what I mean? But my personal humble opinion, the way I give my point of view, and that's why the show is the CEO's point of view, is Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning. That's the way I would have had the top. Just me. Just me. Just me. Hey, but yo, that was the football. Listen, before I wrap this up, I want to talk about this right quick. Um, Floyd Mayweather fighting Mike Tyson in Africa. Crazy to say that out loud. One's about to be 60. One's, well, how old is Floyd? 50 something. Um, Boxing need to put something in place because there's no reason why a lot of these fighters at Mike Tyson, I mean, no, Floyd is about to be 49 years old in a couple days. But yeah, there's no way these fighters who bring in millions and millions of dollars should have to fight just to keep money in their pocket. Now listen, we all know we grown. You have to manage your own money. You're a grown man. You're supposed to stand on your own too. I get that. Right? You feel me? But football, you got a retirement plan. Basketball, you got a retirement plan. Baseball, all these sports has retirement plan. Of course, we know boxing is not a sport. You know what I'm saying? You don't play boxing. You know your life and death is life and death on the line out there. You feel me? But I just feel like these fighters should not have to come out of retirement just to survive. Now, listen, they're surviving at the same surviving as me. You feel me? Yes, they might have overheads that they probably should have, dialed down over their life and all this and all that. But if you telling me Floyd Mayweather has box offices, he brung in over, he supposed to have brought in over billions of dollars when it comes to, Las Vegas and all these pay-per-views that, was allegedly bought and all this type of stuff. There's no way the champs still have to fight. I'm cool with exhibitions. I'm cool with him and Mike Tyson. I really don't care for it. Him and Mike Tyson have to do this expedition. I can't even talk. This play fight. I'm gonna call it a play fight. You know what I mean? They doing this play fight in Africa. That's cool, whatever. But they talking about he might have to really have to unretire. And I listened to Tim Bradley say, all these fighters, you got all these people dipping into their pockets. when your manager's getting 20%. 20%, your promoters get this. You got the WBC trying to steal 10%, 5, 6%, 7%. You got IBF, WBO, I said WBC, yeah. Only one that don't do it is the Ring Magazine. Shout out to Turkey Al Sheik. You don't got to pay for the belt. He pays for it. Or it's coming out somebody's money. But you know what I'm saying? Like they're not asking for 3% of your goddamn winnings. 3%, nigga. I put my kid up for a minute. Especially some of these fighters making millions. Floyd was making millions of dollars. And he giving, this percentage to this and this percent. That's why Floyd stopped fighting. He didn't care about the belts no more. And that's why Tank didn't care about the belt for so long. That's just why Ryan Garcia is just finally fighting for his first belt this past weekend. Like, people just like, yo, these sanctioning bodies, like something is really wrong with these motherfuckers asking for these fighters' money. What do they do for the fighters? If somebody can tell me what they do for the fighters and they show me what they do for the fighters, then I will back up, my statement. But I done heard Andre Ward, I done heard Floyd, I done heard Bernard Hopkins, I done heard plenty of fighters say giving these money to these sanctioning for what? A title? Fuck the title. You can't take away my wins and losses. Oh, I wasn't a world champion. I don't give a shit. I don't. But that's just my point of view. With that being said, y'all, I appreciate everybody checking out my point of view, the CEO point of view. I will drop it when I feel like it. There's no schedule for this. So if something is passionate or sitting in my heart, y'all will get it from me. Until then, stay tuned to the Rock Boys Network. We got plenty of content.
This was a Rock Boys Network production.